the business value of information technology. In the past few decades, information technology has slowly been integrating itself into the sphere of healthcare. This information technology comes in the form of an electronic health record, a patient's medical record in a digital format. Electronic health records aid in the storage and retrieval of information with the use of computers. The use of healthcare information technology in a medical setting has shown to improve efficiency of care, cost effectiveness, quality, and safety. It ultimately increases the accessibility of information. IT is a big expense for any organization. Without evaluating systems properly, this can bear consequences for any organization. We will look at the total organizational cost with a top-down approach to get an accurate idea of IT investment. VISTA is an electronic health record used within the Veterans Health Administration facilities throughout the United States. Adopted in 1994, VISTA stands for Veterans Health Information System Technology Architecture. VISTA is one of the most widely used electronic health records today. It currently serves over 4 million veterans throughout 163 hospitals, 800 clinics, and 135 nursing homes nationwide. VISTA Electronic Health Record is associated with reforming the VA healthcare system, as it has improved the safety and efficiency within its facilities. This system supports both ambulatory care and inpatient care. Almost half of all hospitals within the United States with full implementation of electronic health records are VA hospitals utilizing VISTA. The results have been visible nationally and have sparked the drive for the adoption of electronic health records similar to it across the nation. Shown on this slide is data obtained from the Department of Veterans Affairs on October 16, 2007. This data shows the use of the VISTA program over the past decade. Included in this information is the budget of the Office of Information Technology, the number of patient records in the VISTA database, and the cost per patient in each fiscal year. A scatter diagram was constructed to show the relationship between the sets of data. Shown here is the graph of the correlation between IT investment and productivity. The data on the previous slide was used to make the scatter diagram. A trend line was also constructed to illustrate the R-squared value. We took the square root of this value to find the correlation, 0.89. This slide reveals the correlation value between IT investment and productivity. The other values of correlations are shown as well. The correlation between IT investment and IT use is 0.76, and the correlation between IT use and productivity is 0.57. These values of correlation are used to examine the causation of data. Now that we have found the data of the correlations of IT investment, IT use, and productivity, we can have two situations based on the purchase of this technology. The first situation shows that the increase in revenue leads to increase in investment, which leads to increase in use. The second situation shows that the increase in IT investment leads to increased use, which leads to increased revenue. Causation is determined by these calculations. Our first calculation is found by taking the value of the correlation between investment and revenue and subtracting the product of the correlations between investment and use and between use and revenue. This yields a value of 0.46. The second calculation is found by taking the value of the correlation between use and revenue and subtracting the product of the correlation between investment and use and investment and revenue. This yields a value of negative 0.12. The product closest to zero will show a clear causation. We see that negative 0.12 is the closest value to zero. Thus, the results indicate that increased revenue probably led to an increased use, which led to increased investment. There were a few limitations to our study. We only receive data spanning over a short period of time and with a limited number of data sets. We would have ideally preferred more data sets and over a longer period of time. Also, this data only reports information until the year 2004. Although this allows us to do a causal analysis of the data until 2004, it does not allow us up-to-date information for the current time. Despite limitations, these findings show that top-down analysis is the more accurate approach for organizations to evaluate their IT investment.